are so fire.
I feel we can beat the Browns. We can compete with Baltimore if they have Lamar, and we're right there with them.
That young man put his life on the line for you, for your entertainment.
We were talking all before the game. You know, everyone was like, "Nah, Ravens don't have a shot," and they're right there. What is going on, everybody? How are you doing? My name is Suge, and it is Tuesday night. Time for a Still Conspiracy, where we talk Ravens and Steelers. Hope you're having all a great night. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Brandon. What's going on, Brandon? Hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you being here, buddy. The homie Spawn. How you doing, Spawn? Hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you. Said he made some chicken stir fry. Ooh, that sounds good. That was bomb with some jasmine rice. Love me some jasmine rice. I like rice. I know it's bad for you, but I don't like it. I mean, I love it, and I'm not supposed to eat it. Big Reg is in the house. What up, Big Reg? Mr. Jeremy Miller, appreciate you being here. I think I have to take a look. Oh, they're talking about some food. It's all good. Well, you know what time it is. It is Tuesday night, and I got one of my favorite people here. We'll see if the other one is able to make it because he's always working. But I got one of my favorite people here, and he said he wanted some intro music, so I got some intro music for him.
The Jedi are dead.
Wow.
That is Rodney.
Wow.
The Jedi are dead. Spawn's gonna take that one personally right now.
Thank you for having me, Suge. Appreciate it. How you doing?
You know, Rodney, it's like one of those days where you don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit down and, you show up and I start talking to you and then I kind of get a little energized. So today I was not feeling it.
Yeah.
This is one of those days. I was not feeling it. I was like, you know what? And then I started just working on the stream, doing some stuff. And I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better. And then you popped in and you asked me, what are we talking about today? And I said, we should talk about how great of a person you are because you actually got me pumped to actually do a stream now. I wasn't really feeling it. Honestly, I wasn't really feeling it today. Yeah. Like I'm kind of hitting a wall right now and I kind of just want to relax and, I got things going on in my life and
I feel that. Like Jose says that on our show all the time, right? Like, you could be having a bad day, bad week, but when we sit down and hit the live button, it really does start to get better,
And you know what? You kind of like are like dreading it. You're like, do I want to hit this live button? But then you hit it and you're like, all right, I feel better now. I got something for Mr. Jose. I got some things I want to talk about. You guys were streaming on Saturday, and I'm going to come after him about some of the things he was saying.
Wow.
He was saying on Saturday. I don't appreciate it.
Really?
Mr. Ring Kings. Yeah, great stream though. We got
Thank you.
And we're gonna talk about that fight. It was a great fight. Kind of don't like where this whole thing is going with Ryan Garcia and how people are taking this one loss and oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world.
No, look, it wasn't that at all. I mean, look, he went out there, he fought hard. He just got beat by a better fighter. But props to him for making that fight happen, for taking that fight. And yeah, he's like 24. He has one loss.
You know what? Let's just talk about it now because I actually kind of want to talk about this. Yeah, so this was what was dope about it though, it was like almost like it was literally like old school, two guys calling each other out. And it's taken a while, but they were like, hey, let's just fight. There was no belt on the line, no nothing. It was simply we're gonna agree to a weight, and we're gonna get in the ring and we're gonna fight. I love that. That was awesome. Ryan Garcia was undefeated, so was Tank. I think Ryan was 24-0 and Tank was
I believe so.
27-0.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have my facts straight. But they were both undefeated. Both, like you said, Ryan's only 24. Tank is not much older. Yeah. And they just decided, like, hey, we're gonna fight, and that was a spectacle in itself because when's the last time two fighters have said, "Yo"? Unless it's for a belt, unless it's for I get most of the payday, whatever, we're gonna fight. Like nobody's really done that in a long time, and props to them because the card wasn't long, which was very weird. It was it was like 2 fights and all because the last fight was so quick. You're like, oh, it's the main event already. It's like it's barely 7. Like I thought this thing wasn't going off until like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Like usually UFC fights happen. But the card was good. You had some real different kind of fights in that whole card where it was like there were some good drawn out fights, technical battles. Then there was this killer who I am I haven't been excited for a fighter, and I'm kind of starting to try to follow him. And Morale, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Morale Jr. Yeah, because he cold cock killed a man, almost killed a man in the ring. It was amazing.
It was a little scary for a minute. That dude was not he was not in control of his movements while he was unconscious.
And that guy was like 27 and something. He wasn't like he was fighting an 8-0 guy.
Yeah, no, I mean
15 guy.
He took the fight on 10 days notice. So there was that. And David Morrell, that dude is a killer.
I want to see him start fighting upper echelon fighters now. Like
that's
eventually get to a Canelo.
He wants David Benavidez next, so we'll see if they make it happen.
Hopefully that will happen, but we get to the and I'm just gonna preface this now. I am probably gonna go on some rants here, but we get to the main fight between Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, and it was really I was super excited. I hadn't been excited for a fight in a long time. If you don't know what they look like, these two young gentlemen. Tattooed up that, what? I wish I could be like that to tattoo. Jesus Christ. So, I'm watching the fight. If you go on my channel, I was actually live watching it, reacting to it, and it was really fun to kind of do because I hadn't you have to watch the fight and commentate at the same time, but you also then got to realize kind of what they're throwing and have to tell people because you're just looking up and people are actually watching. And I had a decent amount of people watching me. So I had to kind of talk about the fight.
Right.
So it was actually kind of really fun. But, the fight starts out, it's very exciting. And I think I haven't really watched Ryan Garcia as much as you, Bronny and Jose. But this fight, I pointed out a problem right away I did not like. Ryan Garcia goes into this fight and he is just trying to walk down Tank, trying to chase him down, cut off the ring. And I understand cutting off the ring and things like that, but he was like, it looked like, I said this, I was making a joke. It looked like my daughter was chasing the ice cream man because he was just chasing Tank. And I'm not, again, I loved boxing in the 90s, especially in the 90s, obviously Trinidad, Mike, all the, Oscar, all those great fights that happened. So I haven't followed boxing like I have been having lately since I met you guys. More of a UFC guy now, but I'm like, it's not a championship fight. Why are you chasing this guy down? I don't know much about Ryan and how he fights, but I know he has a good left hook because that's all they were talking about. But he's like chasing Tank down, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you chasing him down the way you're doing it? And before we continue, talking about boxing.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Mr. Hendo, how you doing, sir?
I'm gonna file a written complaint because that should be my music, and I don't appreciate you playing it for this gentleman every week here.
I gotta play it for him.
What's up, Endo?
It's a champ. Until you take that belt, that ring, the plaque. Yeah, he's got 3. He's got 3.
Belt and ring.
God, why does he have to have that video playing? Ben just getting murdered.
I think that's his silent protest of having to work on a Tuesday night.
There you go. But getting back to this fight,
And that was a penalty anyway.
Excuse me. One thing before you go, excuse me, I didn't mean that. One thing before you go on, Brandon, I'm not fashionably late. I do have other pods that I'm doing, so yeah.
Look at you, man. You're so busy you can't even say the whole word anymore. Other pods.
I mean,
the pods.
The pods.
That's how it is now.
That's the agreement that we have. You know, he can show up. You know, and then we play. You know, the champ is here until next year. What if he wins everybody's fantasy next year?
No chance.
I am going to be unbearable.
No matter how hard Andrew tries to give him the Dynasty League next year, it ain't happening.
I mean, Noah already tried 2 years in a row to give you.
No,
the
sir.
league.
It's only been going for 1 year, Hendo.
He tried this year. He tried this year as well. He tried this year as well.
The lies.
I'm just going to throw it out there. They're both going to be cranky this week because they have a lot of streaming to do. To let y'all know. But let's get back into it. We're talking about the Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight, Hendo. And I pointed out that I didn't like how Ryan was chasing down Tank during the first couple of rounds of that fight. It seemed, if you know fighting or if you at least watch it, when you're fighting a champion, you have to take the belt. You can't, like, you either have to knock him out or really show dominance. And this fight wasn't for a belt, so I wasn't understanding the strategy of what he was trying to do. And I know Jose on Ring Kings was saying, and Brandi, you said it too. You know, Garcia, like, really, maybe he's not the greatest boxer right now. He's only 24. He's not. It's not like he's 30, but he's not probably the greatest fighter. So that's why he was doing what he was doing. He's gotten away with it before. Anybody that knows fighting, sometimes you take Ronda Rousey's a perfect example. She armbarred everybody until she couldn't armbar anybody anymore, and she got kicked in the head. So Ryan Garcia depended on his left hook, and really was chasing Tank down, and I didn't like that. But I felt, and this is where I'm calling Jose out, I think Jose made it overly. It wasn't as bad as Jose made it seem to me. I didn't see Ryan just getting simply outclassed. Like, he was getting outclassed, but it wasn't like, oh my God, outclassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't. Yeah, well, no, but I'm like, there's levels. You know this. There's levels. There's to me, there's levels.
And I'm not a boxing fan, and I don't watch boxing a lot. But your boy was out of his league. Anybody watching that fight could tell. He was out of his league.
Why you gotta say my?
Because you were the one talking. You were the one talking all the time about, Ryan Garcia is going to do this. Ryan Garcia, my man.
Well, I was trying to get Brandi to bet on him because then it would have been the game over. He would have connected with the left, knocked out Tank, and I would have been happy.
Tank wouldn't get knocked out regardless of what Brandi did.
Tank don't get hurt like that.
Listen, Garcia hit him with a shot. He hit him with a really good shot to the head, and it really didn't phase him. And he still continued to get his butt whipped.
I think he hit him with a couple good shots, but he wasn't like Brandi said, he wasn't the better boxer. And I think that's what the mindset you had to go into that fight was. You needed to box him. Yeah. I don't think you needed to try to take his head off to where that's all I saw there in the whole fight was he was trying to haymake the left.
Right.
When he threw the right a couple times, he did surprise Tank, and I think he should have stuck to that.
But isn't that Garcia's go-to, his left?
His left, yes.
So as a fighter that outclasses you, his strategy is to take away your left, right? So
and it worked, yeah. Right.
And so you as a boxer that's supposed to be of the same ilk, you're supposed to have a counter strategy.
100%.
So then you're outclassed.
And I don't think he's outclassed. I think he was young and inexperienced. I also think that corner did not do him any favors. I think if you have a good quality corner, you tell Ryan, stop chasing him.
But here's the thing, though. He's not a better fighter. He's not a better boxer than Tank. So
no, I didn't say
so that. But what I'm saying is he can't outbox him. So he goes into the fight. He's got an excellent left hook. He's got excellent hand speed. Amazing hand speed. And he's a much bigger guy than Tank, right? And they spend the first round just kind of feeling each other out, like most fighters do. Like you see in most fights. And the second round, like you said, he landed one or two good shots, and Tank kind of gave him the impression that maybe those punches affected him more than they actually did. He was kind of diving into him and grabbing him, like he was in trouble, and that got Ryan Garcia going. It got him to be a lot more aggressive than he should have been. And just like what happened with Rolly Romero, he baited him in. He waited for him to try and throw his left hook. He ducked under it and he put him down. And from that point on,
right there,
from that point on, Ryan wasn't as aggressive. And obviously, he was tentative in as far as throwing the left hook, and he doesn't really have anything else to go to. Especially against a superior boxer.
Would you be tentative? Would you not be tentative after this?
He was, and when he threw it again in the 7th round, that's when the fight ended. That's when he caught that shot to the ribs.
And let me tell you something. People who are sorry, go ahead, Edna.
I'm sorry, but even from that picture, you can see the ripples in his mitochondria. Like you can see the ripples just vibrating.
Yeah, we're gonna get into ripples because I want to point something out because it goes into another conversation that we're gonna have. But for people who say, "Oh, well, he threw the fight," you think that he's gonna take that shot to the face and be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna throw this fight"? Come on, man! Like this is my problem with people that don't like. If you don't know boxing, that's fine. I understand. But there's just people coming out of the woodworks. Oh, you could tell that was set up. Really? This shot right here to the face, that's a setup?
Right.
That's a beautiful boxing setup by Tank Davis, but that ain't somebody throwing a fight. So
if he were going to throw the fight, he would have stayed down right then and there.
True.
He popped right back up and he went back to work. Like, he just got beat by a better fighter. The thing that you're running into, Suge, is there's a lot of stupid people on social media, and they're very loud. And then there's even more gullible and easily influenced people on social media. So the stupid people influence the gullible people, and then you have a lot of people saying a lot of bullshit that doesn't make any sense.
Well, the reason why, and what my problem is you talk about platforms and everything. There's people out there that have thousands of followers and they spew this nonsense and just nonsense.
Like Ben Roethlisberger?
Sure, Hendo. Ben Roethlisberger, as he takes a hit and gets a flag. Yes, if that's
well. Now you're seeing behind Hendo right now why he can't think straight. That happened to him twice a year for what was it, 17 years?
Broke a nose too. Broke his nose and rearranged his face. That one.
The women.
I thought the fight, and that's why I was talking about the corner. I talked about the inexperience of Ryan Garcia, because any corner would have told him that had, a straight mindset, don't chase this guy down, because he's got power. He's obviously, he knocked you down in the second. We need to now box, and I get what you're saying, Brodney. He doesn't have the skill to box him, but then you need to
try it.
But try it, yeah, try it, try to box him at least, because like I said, he threw the right hands a couple times, and it did surprise Tank, I think, and caught him off guard. Now, were they devastating shots? No, but they were shots that could have, if you would have kept throwing them, you could have maybe caught him with the left. Because Tank, like Hendo said, Tank was absolutely playing smart when it came to that left hand. And I think Jose said it on your show, and you did too, Brodney, that Saturday night, that he was really set up to protect himself from that left, being inside of him, really staying away from that left hand. That's a smart thing to do. That's a veteran fighter. That's a veteran boxer. That's a guy that has a plan going in there. And I don't think Ryan had a plan. I think he was just like you said, I'm going to depend on my power, and I'm going to depend on my hand speed, and hopefully he'll get it done.
I think a part of it too is just that, this is the biggest fight of the year in boxing. It's one of the biggest fights that could have been made in boxing, period. And, you want to go out there and you want to put on a show, and you want to make yourself that next level star. And I think that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get Tank out of there in spectacular fashion, and it backfired on him and went the other way. it's pretty. It was kind of funny, but Logan Paul told him that's exactly what was going to happen to him before the fight. He said, I need you to pay attention. Like, he was telling him to be aware. And Ryan kind of laughed him off. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get in the ring and not pay attention. But he was like, he's going to bait you in, and he's going to throw a counter left hook, and that's the only way he can beat you. And that's exactly what happened, except it happened in the second round, and then again in the seventh.
Yeah, and we're going to several now. What I was talking about earlier was people were like, "Oh, that shot didn't hurt." He quit. Let me tell you something. I have been hit in the solar plex. I have been hit in the side. That shit hurts. But you don't believe me? Let's bring the visual aids up. So here's the shot. Okay. Now people are saying it glanced off. It didn't connect correctly. It wasn't flush. Mr. Hendo. You don't really watch boxing a lot. How is that punch flushed?
Yes.
Is it look like it didn't land, or is it like raised off his body?
Man, he hit that man in his soul.
Okay. Just in case someone doesn't believe me. But then Hendo, you talked about ripple. And how look at that ripple to his rib cage. You can see his body change.
Right.
Yeah.
To tell me that this man quit because that shot right there puts all of us down. I don't care who you are. And he's trained for it. That shot literally puts you on your back. As this time he put it on his knee. But that shot will shut you down. And there's no you got to make a decision. If you get back up, Tank is going to hurt you more, and it might do a lot more damage than just that.
Yeah,
or you come back from it. But I don't know if you come back from that.
It's a lot of people who don't have any idea what they're talking about. But like you said, he probably could have gotten up, right? Before the 10 count. He probably could have stood up before the 10 count. But he wouldn't have been in any kind of condition to defend himself. And Tank is one of the hardest hitters in boxing. Tank is, like you said about David Morrell, Tank is a killer. He has 28 or I believe 29 professional fights now, and he has 27 knockouts. he wasn't, he wasn't going to go, riding, peacefully off into the night from that point on. It was going to be Ryan Garcia is going to be asleep before the end of the 7th round. And he knew that. He was done at that point. It was either just stay on my knee until the ref stops the fight, or get up and let Tank stop the fight in the next 15 seconds.
Now, a lot of people are saying this. Well, he popped when the 10 count was over. He was up. Well, yeah, because the fight's over. He knows the fight's over, so it probably still hurts. Yeah, but he's not going to get hit anymore. Right. Snap, crackle, and pop, definitely. People who think the fight was thrown has never been punched in the mouth. Absolutely. Sure. That hit reverted through his body. Exactly. That hit, and shout out. I'm sorry. Shout out to Coach. Didn't see you there. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you. He had a show. He had a good show that he was doing earlier today. I got to watch some of it before I had to come home. That shot that's $1 million shot right there. And I love the way Tank set it up. He went under the left, he stayed low, and then he just like a shotgun came out of nowhere, just boom to the ribs. And let me tell you, if I got hit like that, I probably shit myself.
So now
that's what's gonna happen.
Now you're loving the way Tank fight.
Again, I said this earlier, Hendo, because you're always shitting on me. I haven't been this invested in boxing in a long time. UFC, I've been invested in since probably 2000.
How am I shitting on you by telling you your own words?
Because you're always bringing up old shit. Okay, you're always bringing up something.
This just happened,
and
we're talking about it now.
And listen, you don't like that because you got all upset when I brought up a trade that you did like a week ago. You're like, "Why are you bringing up old shit?"
Exactly,
and now you just bringing up old shit talking about Suge. It seems a little hypocritical.
Thank you, Bronny got my back. Bronny has my back.
I don't like this.
Look at when Bronny got my back, right there. That took a little longer. I need
That
to
made
edit
this man sound like a
You laying back like Ben.
You ready to go
but
right
now, unfortunately, Ryan lost, but he's 24-1.
I don't think it's unfortunate.
People, okay, it's not unfortunate, but he lost, and people are acting as if he's 0-9 now, 0-10. I saw people, and this is what I was talking about earlier with you, Brody. I saw people who have these platforms and like he's done. He should just quit boxing. He's 24-1 and he's 24 years old. What are you talking about? Like, why all of a sudden do we have this weird obsession with, well, if you're not undefeated or you're not, you have a loss, you're just done. You're not, you shouldn't be fighting anymore at the top level. Like, when did this become a thing? Hendo, maybe you can help me here. When does that become a thing? Like,
these kids.
All of a sudden,
it's with these kids. They don't know what the hell they want. They don't know what they want to do in life. So,
I'm gonna say like I always say when an older person says these kids, it's not these kids. It's people have always been like this. It's just that you didn't have to hear so many people when Hendo was young back in the day when they didn't have electronic devices,
right?
Any kind of.
Dre was fighting in the streets.
First of all, I had this football. I used to have a football game that was a little dot that used to go across the screen.
Yeah,
was the truth.
Hey, and you know what's great about those games? You only knew it was a football game because it says football on the package. There wasn't anything about that game that was like football. But people have always been like that. People have always been that way. They love to overreact to things. That'll die down, by his next fight.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he was talking about how he's possibly moving up to 140. I think that would be better for him. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that he made an excuse with trying not to make the excuse about the hydration thing. Like, he was first at like, oh, I got beat, and then it was like, well, I was a little tired. Like, just say you got beat, man, because you didn't seem tired when you were throwing that left from freaking the back of the parking lot trying to hit him in the head.
He wasn't allowed to hydrate.
Once he lost, yeah, there was a hydrate. Brendan would be able to tell the hydration god, but my understanding was before an hour before the fight, they had to weigh a certain amount, and so you couldn't. Because usually with fighters in UFC,
once you make weight,
you just start to gluttony. You eat, you drink, and then you're fighting at 135. I don't know the exact weight they fought at, but you're fighting at 135. But then you're walking in the ring at 160. And Tank obviously is not a 160 guy. Maybe get to 145, maybe 150, Bronny, if I'm maybe around there.
The thing was that, their catch weight was 136, which seemed kind of ridiculous since the weight class is 135, but whatever. So the catch weight was 136, and the clause was that he had to weigh in again several hours before the fight. I want to say maybe it was like, sometime mid-afternoon or late afternoon. Mm-hmm. And then he would only be allowed, because he was only allowed to rehydrate 10 pounds. Like he couldn't come in weighing more than about 146.
Yeah, and he came in at, like, because I saw the second weigh-in, he came in at 141 or something like that. So he was way under. He was 40.
and he said to it's not an excuse. He agreed to it, but that's just it is what it is.
But then he said, but then he was like, "Well, I had a headache."
I'm sure.
I bet. Yeah.
So I didn't like that. I didn't like that he made that excuse instead of just saying, "You know what?
I don't think he was making excuses. I mean, look, he said he lost. He said he got beat. That's all there is to it. Like, you can give the reasons why it happened without it being excuses. There are reasons that it happened. Maybe he wasn't feeling 100%. That's fine. But and it's fine for him to say that. But you just got beat. He wasn't saying, "Hey, man, I didn't get to drink that extra three gallons of water that I like to drink, so that's why I lost." He was just saying, "Yeah, I didn't, but I got beat." So
let me tell you something. Kool-Aid is a powerful thing. You get to drink it before a fight. Just saying. But and we'll get to more of the football. What do you think is next for Tank? And I know you talked. I just said Tank, Ryan Garcia might move up to 140. But what's a fight you want to see Tank fight, and what's a fight you want to see Ryan fight, Bronny?
I would like to see him fight Teofimo if Teofimo wins his fight against Josh Taylor coming up in June 10th, I believe. I'd like to see him fight Teofimo. I think he can beat Teofimo. Teofimo's also he's struggling at this point, and he's looking to kind of turn his career back around. But I think that would be a good matchup there. As far as Tank, Lomachenko and Devin Haney are fighting for the undisputed lightweight championships on May 20th. So ideally, he would fight the winner of that. We talked about why that may not happen just because those are all Bob Arum fighters, and he may give that shot to Shakur Stevenson and kind of try and freeze Tank out. I don't think that he'll be able to successfully do that for too long, but it may just be that Shakur Stevenson gets the winner of that fight, and then whoever wins that fight would eventually fight Tank for those belts. But I think that's the path for Tank, is to go after those four titles at lightweight.
Gotcha. Hendo, do you have any thoughts on who they want to fight, or you're just wherever good fight pops up?
Whatever good fight pops up for free.
Love it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. But you come on here every week asking other people to support. You ain't willing to support the fighters.
I'm not a boxing fan like that, so.
But
okay, and I asked him for support, and we ain't getting it. So what's the difference?
I had to support this fight. I didn't want to.
Oh,
fucking the zone. God damn it!
Did you get your money back for that?
Well, they charged me twice. It was pending twice. They refunded one. One of them is still pending. But they're not even the number one culprits in this whole fiasco. We're not the main ones running the shenanigans. So there's going to be some other people we're going to have to talk to. Showtime's the only one that came through. Showtime, they got that credit card number, and they were like, "Thank you. Here's your show. Here's your fight." It's like nobody else was ordering on Showtime, I guess.
Yeah. Well, speaking of corporates, Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet.
Mm-hmm.
This coming, I believe, this afternoon. Was it today or yesterday? Yesterday. Okay. Coming yesterday that he is being traded to the New York Jets, and we kind of speculated that this was going to happen. Wasn't really sure. We kept hearing that there was a possibility it wasn't going to happen, and it just was kind of not going anywhere. And there was a possibility that Jets might try to make a run at Lamar. There was all kinds of rumors, but instead, it happens. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets. They get the number 15 pick and number 170. Packers get number 13, 42, 207, and a 2024 second round pick.
Conditional.
Conditional.
Which is going to turn into a first. Okay. So he has to play 65% of the snaps this year, and then they have to give up their first round pick next season. So
it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah.
So how are we feeling about this trade? What are your thoughts? What's the fact that Aaron Rodgers is AFC, and the fact that he has fallen the same footsteps as Brett Favre? I'm just going to point that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Packers, Jets, Minnesota. You're going to have Aaron Rodgers on your team next year.
They will not.
A lot of wannabe Brett Favre's out there. Ted DiBiase Jr. following in Brett Favre's footsteps as well.
Well, his dad is $1 million man, so he thought he was too.
No kidding. But I think that the Jets got fleeced in this one. I was gonna hit up Hendo and ask him if he negotiated that for Green Bay, because it was awful. They just gave up. They gave up obviously a pick swap. But then they gave up the future first, and I believe it was the second this year as well.
Yep.
For a guy who is I think rapidly declining, and who may not play more than one more year.
And you have to give him $60 million.
And he's, fourth, fifth best quarterback in the conference.
True. But I will say, the Jets were a quarterback away from making the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have scored like 4 more points a game, they'd have been 11-6, something like that. Because they started off 7-4 and lost their last 6 games because Zach Wilson I don't know why they thought he was the number 2 overall pick. Unbeknownst to me, kind of like first draft him in our fantasy league, but yeah, I didn't get that one either. But I think that he's going to make him a playoff team. He's going to make him a lot better. I just think that this is bad for the Steelers because now the Jets are going to take up one more playoff spot, whereas we normally get 60% of the teams that didn't make the playoffs the year before go to the playoffs the next year. Steelers aren't going to be one of them because now the Jets.
I mean, the Steelers are going to win the AFC North. So.
We are 35 minutes in the first mention of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Congratulations on this Pittsburgh Steelers podcast.
This is a Ravens podcast.
It is not a Ravens podcast.
All this purple.
So do you agree, Brodney, on paper that the Jets are a threat?
I think on paper they're a playoff team, but again, they're probably the third best team in that division.
True.
Behind the Dolphins and the Bills. And again, I don't think they're a threat to Kansas City. I don't think they're a threat to Cincinnati. I don't think, if Lamar comes back, I don't think they're a threat to Baltimore. We'll see about the Chargers.
Baltimore's a threat to Baltimore.
Yeah, no, the big one. The biggest one.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
You were so disrespectful.
He's so excited about saying it in the video. It's incredible. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that, obviously this puts him in a better position than having Mike White or Zach Wilson or Joe Flacco, but it doesn't make them Super Bowl contenders, I don't think.
And I forgot to download the photo, but you were saying he was the fifth best person quarterback in the conference.
No, he's way lower than the fifth best person.
Okay.
Person.
I mean, fifth best quarterback. So yes. I was watching a list today, and somebody had Jimmy Garoppolo high. And I was like, "Are you? What are you smoking?"
He's above baby.
I don't know. I don't think this makes them a playoff team. I think that I think Rodgers is very overhyped to me. That's always been my standing, but I think he'll probably come in and do some decent, but I don't think the Jets they're gonna make the playoffs.
So okay.
I mean, my opinion.
No, I just said okay.
Just won like 4 MVPs. So.
It's like anything I. Okay.
No, I mean, listen, they almost made the playoffs last year with Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, and Mike White. The Bills can't seem to beat them with bad quarterbacking. So,
Yeah, but the thing about Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of a cancerous, person.
Yeah, but he's gonna throw for 4,000 yards and at least 35 touchdowns.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Want to bet on it?
Sure.
Well, we'll bet the fantasy draft for next year.
Oh, so if he throws for that much, you want to bet your first round pick?
Huh?
Bet your first round pick?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a thing that is going to happen, right? Like you're not betting.
Yeah.
You're not betting pick.
Yeah,
you talking about in your league?
No, we're talking about your
league.
No. It's not happening in my league.
Well, first off, you're not the commissioner. Jose is.
I am the commissioner. Okay. Jose, I don't even think has.
You just run the day to day. You just run day to day. You're not actually the commissioner.
Just day to day operations.
Wish I had a hammer around here to bring it down, but no, it's not happening in my league.
Yet you let other people give their players away for free, huh?
No, I have never let anyone give away players for free.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about that. Who?
Noah's giving players away.
Listen. There may be some questionable deals, but there are questionable deals in real professional sports too. I'm not.
Yeah, you know what happens? David Stern
of what's a good deal.
And David Stern
let it go. Let it go.
And you know what? David Stern is dead now, so karma. There we go. But
Suge, your team just lost.
Listen,
my team just lost where?
Boston.
Did they lose?
Shut up.
God damn it, man! I knew I should have just watched that.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
these are not accusations.
These are 100% accusations. I like Jason Tatum. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody tries to jump on that Duke legacy, but they don't want to be identified as Duke fans out in the light.
I'm not a Duke fan. I just like.
You should.
That's what I said just now.
Like, what's wrong with liking Jason Tatum? Shit.
Nothing wrong with liking Jason Tatum. I mean, I'm just
Apparently, you and Hendo get all
I'm just saying.
y'all get all up in arms when I say I like Jason Tatum.
I'm not all up in arms. I'm just wondering how in the hell y'all lost to the Hawks.
Facts. And let Trey Young hit the game.
First off, my
Most
team,
overrated player
my team, voted by the players. My team won yesterday, so I don't know what you're
right. And they're gonna win tomorrow too.
You know, we're not in a battle, to some other team in California that.
I saw Chris Anthony Lopez said he's gonna laugh when Draymond comes out there tomorrow and stomps on De'Aaron Fox's left hand.
I mean, the way
that ain't right.
The way the NBA is being played these days.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude.
You twist that dick!
Twist his dick!
Twist his dick!
Like, it has literally been like 4 or 5 fouls in this playoffs of people fucking hitting each other in the dick.
And that's all Draymond.
No, Brooks did it. Brooks hit.
No. When I say it's all Draymond, and it's not all Draymond. It's Draymond and Chris Paul. Those two this to the league. Draymond and Chris Paul.
You really dislike Chris.
You really hate Chris Paul.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you all like little midgets who run around punching people.
First of all, I don't like Chris Paul. I don't like Chris Paul.
Hendo, we should absolutely buy a ticket for the meetup and send it to Chris Paul and have him walk to the door.
Yeah, do it. I bet you won't show up.
Bridie's gonna hit him in the dick.
No, I'm not a violent person. I'm not like Chris Paul. So.
You see the look that Hendo just gave.
I mean, he exaggerated it pretty good. I don't know how.
I just had a flashback.
Flashback to what?
Overtime show flashback.
A flashback to what?
Just a little disagreement.
But so this Aaron Rodgers trade, other than Hendo's thinking they're going to make the playoffs, we don't see him as really a Super Bowl contender. Like, where would you place him right now as far as ranking of teams? Obviously you have KC, Cincinnati, the Steelers, Buffalo,
Miami, maybe.
The Browns.
I think it comes down to them versus Miami, and one of them is not making the playoffs.
So you don't think all 3 teams are going to make it?
No, because you only get the 2 wild cards, and I think if Lamar Jackson is back in Baltimore makes the playoffs, and Cincinnati makes it as well. So that leaves you with one. Cincinnati makes it as well, and that leaves you with one wild card. And that's going to be either Miami or the New York Jets. And I think it'll be Miami.
I think you're just saying it wrong. It's the Steelers. But
no, I think I got it.
I think you're mispronouncing
the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals. They have the stripes with Joe Burrow. And
so who's your 7th team? Bradley for the playoffs in the AFC.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there were 7. My bad. So yeah, the Jets can get in. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. It really depends, right? Because look, if the Colts somehow manage to find themselves a quarterback, that's a pretty good roster.
Will Levis?
No. But if they manage to find themselves a quarterback, whoever that might be, that's a pretty good roster they could get in. There are a lot of really talented teams in the AFC. Like Hendo said, there's usually a pretty good amount of turnover in terms of playoff teams. Denver's a talented team if they can figure out the hell is wrong with Russ, which I think is just age. If Sean Payton can fix him like they paid him all that money to do, then they're challenging for a playoff spot. The Raiders should at least challenge for a playoff spot. I think it's going to be, the LA Chargers. They were a playoff team. They obviously expect to be back. Jacksonville's going to win the division now, so that's not. They're going to win that division going away.
Jeremy says that's the thing. I don't expect Tua to stay healthy. Otherwise, they would be the favorites or if they had landed Lamar. I mean, they still can.
I'm gonna tell you something. Tua's health is not the difference between them being the favorites or not, because Tua is not. He is not that kind of dude.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Facts. You get Usher tickets, Hendo.
No, because I'm friends with Hendo. Like you would do that, Brandon.
Exactly.
You would do that.
And for you even to put that comment in there, it just shows the kind of person.
Just tells you, yeah.
Right.
The most overrated player just hit the game tying game winner. Overrated.
Yeah, Boston,
You okay,
Boston
Shug?
feel bad about themselves.
I'm perfectly fine. My team's up 3-1, unlike some other people.
Oh, now they're your team.
Other person.
Now they're your team. Now, okay.
Down
They've
there.
always been my team.
Down there
The
on
hell?
the bottom.
You know, I'm just a fan of Kobe.
Yeah, I mean,
I've said I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah, but you
After they start winning.
No, I've always been a Laker fan.
you know.
I'm not a fair weather like you two.
Hey, listen. You've also said that
What's
you're a
your-
Ravens fan, so
I am not a Ravens fan.
You have said that.
you have said it.
We have the
so
recording.
No.
You sure about
You
that?
can go.
Don't make Hendo play it for an hour and a half straight on Hanging with Hendo.
I can do that too. Just have just an hour. You know what? 4 or 5 hours is just you
First off-
playing over.
Well,
Okay.
first off, we know
Okay.
you ain't gonna
Okay.
stick around for 4 or 5 hours. I know,
It
so.
don't matter. First of all, I can just put this shit on a loop and tape it and just let it play.
But that requires you to do work.
Not necessarily. You know how easy it is to loop something?
No.
Have you not looked at my background that's been playing for like the last 40 minutes? It's on a
Well,
loop.
that's just to
But-
be petty.
But to be fair, you were also late, so it took some effort.
I said 40 minutes.
When your
I
body's
won't be
throwing up
late
gang
again.
signs out of. I didn't complain about you being late. Why are you getting mad at me?
It's your co-host. It's your co-host that's complaining.
Wow. It's my
He is
co-host.
he is a representation of you.
Don't think so. That's not how that works. So I'm not a co-host.
You are.
I'm a co-host of one show.
2 shows.
It's the LBHT
Yeah,
show.
kind of like
It's on
two.
Wednesday.
Actually, you're kind of
I'm
co-host.
the
like 4
co-host
shows.
of one show.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not co-host of Ring Kings.
We don't have a show on Ring Kings. That's just kind of a whenever we feel like
But
doing
you still
it.
do.
Still
you do a
co-host.
podcast,
But
though.
you know, God,
Co-host.
fuck
Ravens
both of you.
Roundtable.
Fuck both of you. both of
Round
you.
table.
Both of y'all. I'm not a co-host of Ravens Roundtable. There's
You are.
one host on that show.
And
His
then the
name
rest
is
are
Coach
co-hosts.
And what
Evans.
what are the rest of the
Left
people
a
on there?
guest. Recurring guests.
That's been on for a year.
Recurring guests. Well, I had to have this
Ronnie.
argument with Ferris once before. Like, at what point did everyone forget that words mean things and that you can't just say whatever word you want to mean whatever you want it to mean? Like, I hate it so much. You know what the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of, well, not in the history of this country, that's a lot of bad things. You know, the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of language is
Jedi.
the dictionary saying that literally means literally and also not literally, because people just wouldn't stop saying it.
Literally.
But yeah,
and now that's correct. And now that's correct, and I hate it.
Hendo coming with the. But Bronny, I mean, you are the co-host of like 3 different shows.
No, I'm a co-host.
You don't
of
have to
one
claim.
show.
You don't have to claim
It's
mine.
the
I understand.
LBHD show on Wednesday
And the Ring
night
Kings.
at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time,
And
followed
Ring
by
Kings,
the overtime show.
you know. And we got to remind Bronny that he's a co-host of 3
You
shows.
sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, Bronny.
You can't give shit technology.
It's a hilarious show, man. I think
Don't
you
go
haven't
on
watched
Twitter,
it.
Bronny.
I'm on Twitter all the time. I hate it. It's the worst place. But it's where the news is.
Yeah, it is.
I can't take the Chargers seriously. So much talent and always choking.
You a Ravens fan?
Spawn is a
I'm
football fan.
Oh, one of them. Okay.
One of them.
One
What
of
does
them.
that mean? What does that mean?
One of them who likes to take shots at people's teams, but then won't claim a team publicly, so you can't take shots at them. one of them.
Wow. We don't know whose team that they are a fan of.
All right. No, I'm not gonna be like other channels and do a mock draft and all that stuff. I ain't got time for all that.
We have so much time. We've been here for 50 minutes.
But wanted just to kind of go over the Steelers and Ravens draft positions and I just wanted to get your thoughts on the first two positions as to who you think they're going to take. I have some mock drafts pulled up, and I'm going to give you who people think they're going to pick, and then you tell me if it's a good one or not a good one. So we'll start with the Steelers. They're in the 17th, and then the 32 pick that they got from the Bears. Someone is saying, a writer is saying that they're going to go after Broderick Jones from Georgia, offensive tackle, in that 17th pick. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel like
okay, but let me rephrase that. They're going to trade up to number 12 to get him.
Even better.
That seems pretty high. I think that there are other better tackles in this class for them to take, but if they're convinced that's the guy, then go get your guy.
Listen, I applaud y'all, Suge, for finding somebody that you want and not sitting pat saying he'll fall to me. He'll eventually come around, and then somebody picks him. And then 5 picks later, he's gone. Like, yeah, I applaud y'all. Listen, if y'all feel like he's the best person for your team, go for it. Especially if he doesn't pan out. I love it.
So disrespectful.
Just rude.
And then with the 32nd pick in the second round, they have them taking Keon White from Georgia Tech, defensive line. I think it's Keon.
Do y'all scout outside of Georgia?
I'm not after George Pickens. We might not. What I'm saying. How do you guys feel about that pick?
Him, I'm not very familiar with, so I don't want to say anything about that particular pick. But
out of the defensive line, O line, do you think maybe taking a corner is a better?
I do think they need to go corner early in the draft because you can't depend on Patrick Peterson to improve your secondary when you let your best corner walk in free agency. Had they kept Sutton and signed Patrick Peterson, I'd be okay. Maybe they don't have to. Maybe it's not such a pressing need, but they didn't do that. So yes, you need to go corner early. It's just not as big a need as offensive line, obviously, because you have to protect Kenneth.
Sure.
All right, and for the Ravens, you guys have the 22nd overall pick. And from this mock draft I looked up, Dante Banks out of Maryland, cornerback. Seems like the pick that they're projecting the Ravens to make. Now, actually, I just thought about this. Hendo was like, if they take a corner, I'm going to lose it. Not a wide receiver. Do you think this is a correct pick? I'm assuming you're going to say no. So where would you go with this pick at number 22, Hendo?
Hated it. I would go wide receiver. Like listen, we've gone through this song and dance long enough. And people think that Odell Beckham Jr. is the answer. Yes, he is an upgrade to our wide receiver room, but he signed a 1-year deal. What's going to happen next year? We just ignored the position last season in last offseason's draft. We ignored it totally. So we don't have backup plans. For all of you Prochet lovers, he's in the last year's deal, even if he makes the team. Tylan Wallace, he may not make the team. Devin Duvernay, depending on what's going on with this draft, he may get traded because
going to make the team.
Not because of his talent, because of his $4.2 million cap hit.
No, but he's an all-pro returner. He's going to be on the team.
John Harbaugh's a special teams coach, so he should be able to find anybody and do that.
That's not the way that anything works. He's not going to get rid. He loves his special teams. That's all he does up until Odell. He's not going anywhere.
That's why Justice Hill's still here. But
Jeremy Miller says, any chance of the Ravens drafting a quarterback in the late rounds?
Stetson Bennett, pick 199, Tom Brady pick.
There's always a chance, but they shouldn't. There's no point in them drafting a quarterback late. They have Tyler Huntley, who just re-signed. They have Anthony Brown. They're not going to carry 4 quarterbacks.
I was messing with Engraven today because he posted something. He said when Lamar throws his first touchdown to Odell Beckham, I said you spelled Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley wrong. He liked it. But I don't know if he knows I was joking. So if
He
Raven's
knows you
watching
were
this,
joking.
I was joking. All right.
were you?
And then
Were you
you'll never
really?
know. With the 23rd third round pick, because you guys don't have a second round pick, and I'll bring up.
We
Brandon's
do have a
comment.
second round pick. His name is Roquan Smith.
And I'll bring up Brandon's comment in a minute, but they say in the third round you guys are gonna take Jonathan Mingo, Ole Miss. How do y'all feel about that pick, Mr. Hendo?
If all the reports are true, I'm fine with it. I'm okay. You know, they say he's the next AJ Brown. Light.
They said that about James Prochet too.
Damn it. I hate it.
George Pickens was right there, Hendo. Right there.
No, we needed an injured linebacker that people swear are going to get 13 sacks this year.
Yeah, and I don't mean to pile on Hendo, but I was watching the Pivot today. They had Kenny Pickett on. Great podcast. Go check it out. I love Ryan Clark and Freddie. Is it Freddie?
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor. I don't know who the other guy. Chandler. No, not Chandler.
Channing
Crowder.
Thank you, Channing Crowder. Why do you have to talk down to me when I forget a player's name? It's just I forgot the damn name.
Nobody was
See how he
talking-
talks to me? You see how he talks to me? Big Ben. You know, like okay.
Wow,
I'm sorry, I didn't
wow,
remember his name.
but
He
Ryan-
looks like an alien, and it's difficult to forget. That's all.
No,
I think
but
I had
anytime I
no
forget a name, if it doesn't come straight
Alien?
to me,
he looks
Hendo
like
just-
an alien.
Hendo just
Yeah.
like goes off on me.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Does he
but
look
you
like
said
a
that
normal
with Rodney?
person?
He doesn't, Rodney.
Okay. thank you.
Rodney does not. Rodney does not try to humiliate. Like we were talking
I was
about
trying to
earlier.
at you.
You
I was-
always throw
okay,
stones.
Sure. I was trying to remember his name. That's why I said it like that.
But you do it to me all the time.
I don't.
And I'm like, what's that game? Stardew Valley? Like, here we go. Now he's gonna be petty.
But I bet
Nah,
you
he's
won't
gonna
forget
be-
Magic the Gathering. You won't forget that.
No, I won't.
Hey, what's the name of the star of the Brothers War? You know, the only black dude in the entire thing.
Fairy.
Only nerds know that.
How Hendo be going at me, man? Just
I don't come at you.
comes at me for no reason.
What about the podcast, Shug?
Well, what podcast? This podcast?
The Pivot.
This podcast? Oh, the Pivot. Oh, see, you messed me up. See, you see, he just did it. He just did it right now. What about the podcast? The Pivot. See, you just did it to me. Because you messed me up. Anyway,
You know what I love about this show is how prepared we are
I was kind of prepared.
every week.
I've been trying to be prepared, but today I was telling Bronte I wasn't really feeling it today. I didn't really want to do the show, but you and him brighten up my day so much when I know I'm gonna get to see you guys, so it makes me feel better, and then I want to do the show. See, and then he gets that stink ass look on his face when I say something nice about him. You know, sourpuss face. Hate you. Kenny was talking about how George Pickens is working on his route tree and how he wants to be known for multiple routes, not just 2 or 3. That he wants to be able to do every route. And Kenny said the way he's committing to doing that, he is very excited and very surprised that George wants to do that because most receivers could
be black.
Well, no, because some receivers that are good, they'll just be like, I know 2 or 3 routes that I'm great at, and the other ones I'm okay at, and he's working. And people have said he should have been a first round pick. And so when you hear kind of stuff like that, like I think it's kind of like sucks for the Ravens because they had an opportunity to get this kind of guy, and could you imagine what he would done with Lamar? Like a rookie that wanted to work hard, that wanted the ball, and
blocked.
You know.
Well, I'll say.
But he would have been blocking in fantastic fashion, though.
I'll say this: it's great that he's working on his game. You know,
Swear
that's what they all should
Swear
do.
to God,
But
you're disrespectful right now.
I'm not. I wasn't going to say anything disrespectful, but I'll tell a story about another player who worked really, really hard on their game in the off season because he wanted to be great, and that was a guy named Cordero Patterson, who was a first round pick for the Minnesota Vikings. He trained with the guy who trained Jerry Rice. He did that whole workout regimen all off season. He came back and he plays running back now for a team that did not draft him in the first round. And the point of this story is actually that I had him in fantasy because he was a top guy, he a great athlete, explosive runner, and he scored a bunch of touchdowns his rookie year. And right after his rookie year, he was the most hyped guy in the league for fantasy. And I got offered Le'Veon Bell for him straight up, and I said, "You're stupid." And I said no. And then he was a bust for the rest of his career. And Le'Veon Bell was the best player in the league for the next 3 to 4 seasons. So I don't buy into the off-season workout stories very much anymore.
It took you that long to get to that?
Yep.
See how disrespectful he is?
Yeah, I do see. I've known how disrespectful he is, but it is what it is.
I
figured I would give you. I figured I would
from the
give
most
you
two disrespectful people I've ever met.
I figured I would give you the reasoning behind why your story is bullshit, but you don't want that. I'll just skip right to that from now on.
So you don't think George Pickens is going to be better?
I don't think it matters that he wants to be known for his route running. It doesn't mean anything. He might get better. He might not. He might have hit his ceiling already.
So
there are times when it's not possible for a player to get better.
True. Now I think he can get better, but my question is, when are the Steelers going to get him a quarterback that's going to be able to get him the ball?
Okay. Swear to God, done. I'm just done.
I'm serious.
Done with
What was my question, Suge, is what was the problem with Pickens on the field last year? Why was he so emotional and jumping up and down and just throwing his hands up?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he doing all that stuff?
I don't think the OC was giving him plays.
No, it's because Pickens was
because the last 3 or 4 games when they started throwing to Pickens, everything was fine and they were getting him the ball. I think that Indianapolis game and that was the game you're talking about because he didn't do it after that. In that game he did.
Let me tell you
he didn't do it after that.
He was killing the Ravens. 3 catches, 3 targets.
And who was throwing him the ball? Who was throwing him the ball?
The second time it was your boy. It was Pickett.
And he got him the ball in that game.
He got 3 targets, 3 catches, and he never threw him the ball after the middle of the second quarter for the rest of the game.
Well, because they were trying to run the ball, and they were working on that $100 million linebacker with Najee Harris.
I would like to ask Hendo a question about this though. If you're so concerned about Kenny Pickett, why won't you just trade me George Pickens? Because obviously he's not going to reach his potential. He's not going to score you the points that you think he's going to score if Kenny can't get on the ball.
Because the Steelers
are
a new quarterback. Steelers are a new quarterback. Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
When is it you think they're going to get a new quarterback?
Next year.
How many years?
After the season. It takes one more concussion and Pickett's down for the count.
I don't think that
you're so rude. Hoping that.
Whoa! I didn't say I hope anything. Rude. I didn't say I hope for anything.
You are so damn rude.
Listen. I don't care how many more concussions he gets. They're not going to get rid of him. They sent Ben Roethlisberger back out in a playoff game with an obvious. He didn't know who he was. They trotted him out there. They said, "Go throw that goddamn interception, and you better get back over here." Whoops, Ronnie. That's our bad.
He's always talking about. We were talking earlier with him. I was talking earlier with him about throwing stones. He's like, "I don't throw stones," but yeah, he goes for players like this.
I didn't throw stones.
As he goes down, watch him grab Draymond right there. Now that right there,
and he clicks his heels just like that.
Those are the players you go
so happy. He gets so happy.
You want to hope my quarterback gets a concussion.
I never said I hope he gets a concussion.
You know what, Hendo?
I cannot see your Steeler nonsense. You're correct. Yes, Jeremy. We are streaming during the draft.
I will not be. If you guys, I will be on Chance Ellison's draft when the Steelers pick.
Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper. Chance Ellison when he'll be streaming. So you'll find me there. I'll put the link or tweet it out. You guys can come hang out. I'll be there watching. I don't know how long he'll have me on or exactly what I'm coming on. But I won't be doing a show next week because I'll be busy. I'm actually going to be taking a couple weeks off because Hendo threatened not to be on the show anymore unless I took a couple weeks off. So
I didn't threaten anything.
Good for him. And look who's in the house. Sharon, my favorite guys. You all make me laugh every week. You can tell you guys act like real brothers, and I love it.
And Suge is a
First
little brother
off-
that we don't like.
First off, I don't like this man below me. Okay. I'm not his brother. Okay.
You know what? It's great though that you've made it clear that everybody likes me. So that's the important thing.
Sharon-
We took out of that
Sharon-
segment, and we're gonna move on now.
Sharon never said
We're gonna
anything
move on
close.
now.
She never said anything close to that.
No, I'm saying that you two made it clear.
Oh yeah,
Everybody likes you?
Brad is my guy. He's evil as shit,
Yeah,
but that's
there
my
you go.
guy.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
evil at all.
Hendo,
Not
hey,
evil
you
at
know, Hendo
all.
says that out on streams. Oh, he's my guy. You know what he says about me? Always talking shit and throwing stones. And then tells me, I don't throw stones. I don't say
throw
nothing
stones.
bad about you.
I don't say nothing bad about Suge. That's my guy too.
Sure.
Like that's your guy second on the list, like two, or because
I'm-
Suge used
that's-
to give us itemized lists of who he
Rankings.
likes and how much.
Hey,
Right.
I'm his guy,
Yeah.
but I don't get invited to any more shows now.
Let's see.
You see,
Moving
I
on.
got him to the
I
last
asked
show.
I asked him if he invited you, and he said yes. But now I'm getting the truth.
Give me the truth.
Spawn, I got two terrible
Oh, you want to see
I
the
have
text
one-
messages?
Suge's truth.
I have one.
Oh,
I
you
have
want to
two
see the
terrible
messages?
tells.
I mean, if you got messages, then the
You-
court always appreciates evidence.
You know, I'm trying to talk, and both of y'all are talking.
Because he don't want me to
Oh,
pull
my
out the
bad.
receipts.
My
I'm
bad,
sorry.
Suge.
I have
I
two
apologize.
terrible towels. I have a
One in the
gold
bathroom.
towel. Ooh, I can't wait for this meetup.
One to
Ooh,
wipe
I
the
can't
floor.
Can't wait for this meetup. Cannot wait for it. And then I have one that actually someone bought me from Pittsburgh. I had one that someone stole from me. Really hurts my feelings. But I have a black one that's on my nightstand, and then I have a gold one.
You mean yellow?
Hold on
He-
one
he
second.
does, yeah.
Rodney, can you
What's up?
hold up 1 second?
Black and
Okay.
yellow, black and yellow. Black. Okay. This feels really familiar.
All right. It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
But yeah. So yeah, I don't believe that I ever really got a solid answer on why you won't trade me George Pickens. Go ahead and provide your thoughts on that, Hendo.
I told you. I believe that they're going to get a new quarterback, and my wide receiver is going to live up to his potential.
But they're not going to get a new quarterback though.
I don't need him to be ready for another 2 years. So, yeah, I just picked up a new wide receiver that should be okay for at least 2 years, but you never know with Mike Williams.
This is true. Very
I
talented
am sorry.
guy.
I'm
Always
sorry.
hurt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My
But
bad.
I got that battery, the quarterback wide receiver combo. Hopefully they'll score me a lot of points this year.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. My daughter came in crying. So
She okay?
What happened?
She won't tell me. She said her eyes are just watering.
Well, you better go handle that.
Do y'all have pollen bad out there, or do you need to have a father-daughter talk?
No. I think she was playing outside. I don't know if one of the little girls said something to her or they were being mean or something.
Once again,
Go
That's
send
fine.
Ben out there to regulate.
that's what older
Fresh
brothers
Prince,
do.
really, Fresh Prince.
They're little
Yeah,
girls.
Ben.
You said he can't handle
I
that.
don't want my 13-year-old go beat up.
I didn't say
He ain't say beat him up. Why is violence your only solution, Suge?
That's what I would have done as a kid.
You beat on girls?
Uh,
You beat on
I was
women?
gonna say no. Come on. You think I would do that? Anyway,
No.
Ben went out there.
As he goes out, watch him grab Draymond right there. Now, that right.
Just like that. No, she's fine. She's going back outside. I just think the little girl said something. Look, little kids are mean.
She came back in for the strap.
Hmm.
That's what happened.
Came in for that Thule.
Hey man, not going back out. What you say?
You can go back outside. I can't hear you now.
You should be out there like, what you say? I can't hear you.
Hey, these little girls. God, this is going off topic. But the other day, my daughter was out there. They're all playing, and okay, yeah, they're fighting. I can hear them. I can hear my girls just yelling at them.
All right, well, go do something about it.
I'm streaming right now. It's more important.
Look, I get yelled at when I tell my daughter. I said, "Look, if you have a problem, straight to the face. Handle."
Mm.
But I guess little girls don't do that. But no, the other day they were playing and they wanted to play teacher or something, and they were just like ruthless with each other. Like, no, I'm not listening to you. I don't even like you. I was like,
First and foremost, it's a problem that the kids are out of school playing school.
Who
Who does that?
I have no idea. That's what they play.
Let's all do homework.
They play Roadblocks and teacher.
The worst goddamn game ever. It's the worst game.
I don't know. My girl's on the line though. Anyway, do you have ad shooting from 3?
AD.
That was
Anthony
AD. Oh,
Davis.
sorry, AD. Well, we're gonna get to Anthony Davis right now.
Why?
I don't want to see Harrison Barnes shoot threes ever again. Well, because we talk about winners around here and not about Golden State. And those people that go around stepping on people, like now it makes sense why Hendo likes Golden State. He's just like Draymond Green.
Listen, Suge, just be lucky that John Morant keeps playing. Just be lucky.
Hey, the way he was playing yesterday.
Yeah, how many turnovers? How many times did he come down the lane and just throw the ball away or just go for a nonsensical layup?
Twice.
More than that, but those. But yeah, if John Morant wasn't playing, it would be just like game 2.
It looked like WWE on that second charge. I don't know what.
I thought
he was literally trying to jump over him.
He was.
I was waiting for the dumbest point guard I've ever seen.
I was waiting for Austin Reeves to come out of nowhere and hit an RKO on him. Just end the series right there.
Listen, Austin outside of LeBron, Austin the only one who won it.
Well, I mean, Russell hit some those threes.
Russ is hot and cold, like
very much.
So I can't. I'm not. I don't want. I shouldn't say he doesn't want it. I think he wants it, but he's very streaky. AD don't want it. I think Schroeder wants it, but the body.
Schroeder needs to stop going down the lane and throwing the ball away.
Yeah,
he's getting
to the lane. I think his body's failing him at this point. He's just not the player that he used to be. But by the way, I asked Mr. J this in the chat. Why is it that you have a team filled with guys who can't finish at the rim, and you say, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna challenge the defensive player of the year repeatedly. Why you do that? Yeah, you know how
LeBron can finish at the rim.
It was. You know how infuriating it is to watch them miss multiple layups.
Just like
I think there was a stretch where Austin Reeves drove to the basket. He got to the basket every time, and it's just either blocked or turned over. Well, the last play that caused them to go down 2, Hachimura looked like he had a clean dunk.
Mm-hmm.
And just
there were 2 guys there though. He's
you're supposed to finish that.
Listen. At least you don't have Desmond Bain just driving down the lane and just losing the ball for no reason when nobody touched him. I'm like, why do you why is everybody handling the ball other than the damn point guard? Stop it.
Austin Reeves, I appreciate. He's played well. He wants the ball in big moments and all that, but sometimes just stop shooting the ball. You're not LeBron.
He is him though.
Yeah, but LeBron needs to stop shooting.
He is him. He is Austin Reeves.
LeBron is looking old.
He's not looking old. He's
tired. He's tired.
Those legs are taking. Well, I heard he might have plantar
fasciitis.
Yes, that thing. That's actually is a season-ending surgery, right?
Yes,
could be.
Well, he has LeBronitis. Fake an injury. So if we lose, I have a built-in excuse.
You say that like that's actually a thing. Like he doesn't get blamed regardless of what happened.
No, he does. He does.
Yeah, he does.
Unfairly.
Yeah, I know.
But he likes to, fake punch a wall. I broke my hand. It's the reason why we ain't come back to work.
That's your boy Russ. Russell Westbrook. That's your boy Ja Morant. Did you see him? Oh, I landed on the ground. Oh my God, my hand. It hurts. Let me do that again.
I thought he was saying no more. I thought he was doing
No mas.
No mas. Hey, you know what? We'll go back to the boxing thing in a minute. I'll bring that up in a second. But
I can't wait till it's Golden State versus the Lakers. Yes.
You better get past Sacramento. Do the Lakers win Game 5 tomorrow?
It depends on if Ja Morant plays. If Ja does not play,
you know goddamn well the Lakers are winning tomorrow.
If Ja Morant does not play, the Lakers will not win.
So do you have it going 5? Do you have it going 6 or 7?
There we go.
It's going 7, and Memphis is going to come back and win the series.
The unbelievable hater. Like, Jesus Christ. It's 3-1. It's 3-1. That team ain't got the heart to take it 7.
When Ja goes down, Tyus Jones is gonna come in there and lead them to 3
Listen,
straight.
I love Tyus. Went to Duke Jones as much as you. He ain't leading nobody nowhere.
He leads.
It ain't college. It ain't college no more.
It's not, but he leads by just not
no
turning the
more,
ball over.
It ain't college no more, Hendo. Like, yeah, you can lead by not turning the ball over, but you can't lead by scoring 10 points instead of 30, which is what I was pointing out to our good friend Ferris about the Knicks, why they are not going to beat anybody, because Julius Randle is their leading scorer, except in the playoffs where he goes at about 50% of his production. And that's not a formula for winning. So it's kind of a similar thing here in Memphis. Take out Ja, it's over.
And they even benching him some. So listen, even if when the Knicks go play Miami, they're not gonna beat them.
They can beat Miami. I'm not gonna say they will, but they can beat Miami. I'd be rooting for New York in that one.
Well, let me ask you this question: what do y'all think about Jimmy Butler? Because I think he had 56 points.
I don't.
He had 56 points, but I'm just saying. My thing is, people want to label him a superstar. I just think he's too inconsistent because he can go out and score 56 one night, and then next night he'll have 11.
Yeah, he's not a superstar. He's a step below, and they capped their team's potential by making Jimmy Butler the best player on that team. Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but their last game in the playoffs, where he ran up and had a wide open 3 and hit the front of the rim. That's not what superstars do.
Nope. And I guess they thought because they traded for Fat Lowry, it was going to be better.
Oh, I gotta call him that. He's been a very solid player for a very long time.
Disrespectful.
But we can call him Fat Luka. We can't call him Fat.
No, I don't call him Fat Luka. I think that's very disrespectful too.
I've heard you call him Fat Luka. Though.
No, you have not. You've heard Jose call him Fat Luka
many times.
I call him the future of the NBA. Is what I call him.
Ronnie, is it end on tomorrow?
Is what?
The Lakers?
The game. The Lakers.
Oh man, Ja plays. It's done.
God damn it! He said.
I said Rodney. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brownie. Talk about your Lakers. You get all jumpy.
God damn it! You already answered the question. Why are you answering it a second time?
Okay, man.
I'm sorry, Suge. Please continue.
The Lakers close it out tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. I think that. I told you before, I think that LeBron's going to take it easy. I think they're going to reduce his minutes tomorrow, and I think Anthony Davis is going to go off. And I think anyway, I think the Lakers win, send them home in 5.
And then,
very important for them.
Because if they close out in 5, they get some rest. Because they're going to have a tough series against whoever, whether it be Sacramento.
Ain't going to be a tough series against Sacramento.
I think so. No. I think they're young. They'll try to run the Lakers off the floor.
They'll be playing Golden State.
My concern. Yeah. My concern is obviously AD, because AD he has to be the guy in this next if they get past Memphis, because I don't see anybody on either team that can actually stop him consistently.
Yeah.
And if they can't stop him consistently, they're gonna have a better time. Yeah, it's AD can only stop AD. Unless Draymond Green kicks him in the balls, or
as he goes down, watch him grab Draymond right there. Now that right there is where the foul came in. So he grabs Draymond's leg right there. Now Draymond steps on.
Again.
That heel click. That heel click is amazing.
So disrespectful.
Scream from Domantas Sabonis.
I thought he got shot first off. The way he screamed.
I
He
know.
got shot.
I know that stomp, if that's what we're going to call it, was not anywhere near as hard as the punch that Ryan Garcia took. And Ryan didn't scream like that.
Right.
Like, what are you doing, Sabonis?
I guess
I mean,
he's trying
because the fight was thrown. That's just saying.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's about everything to talk about.
All right.
Ronnie, are the Knicks a legit threat in the East? If you talk to Ferris,
Come on, Jeremy. You know better.
No, they're not a legit threat in the East. That is all.
You know, if Ferris was here.
They're very young. They're a talented team, but their problem is that their best player can't play in the playoffs. He chokes in the playoffs every single year. They needed to move on from him and bring in Donovan Mitchell. And I told Ferris at the time that was a huge mistake. Just giving RJ Barrett the contract extension and not pursuing Donovan Mitchell, because again, you've capped your potential with Julius Randle as your top player. He goes from averaging in the mid to high 20s in the regular season. He's averaging just under 15 a game in the postseason. He plays horribly. Now, if he can turn that around, if he can find a way to just pretend those are regular season games and play like he normally plays, then they're a threat. But until he does that, no, they cannot beat top tier teams.
Yeah. If Ferris was here, he'd just be talking crap to you.
Also, fire Tom Thibodeau.
Thanks.
Janelle Brunson's the number one. Randall is number two, and I guess RJ can step up from time to time.
But that's the thing. Jalen Brunson isn't number one, and Julius Randle isn't number two. Julius Randle is their best player. He's their number one guy, except in the playoffs. And the fall off in his game in the playoffs is what's going to prevent them from winning anything meaningful.
We will see. His playoffs have been fun, other than people getting kicked in the what. Lakers play tomorrow. Excited about that. Draft is this Thursday. That's exciting. You guys both will be streaming a lot this weekend. So
they will be streaming tomorrow. That's to get excited about. Tomorrow's Wednesday, 7:15 p.m.
Wednesday. Shout out to the lunch break hot take. You guys will be streaming tomorrow. You'll be streaming Thursday. You guys streaming Friday too, or Saturday?
Yes, they are.
Some people are.
You are.
Not this guy.
Yes, they are.
Not this.
How he always says. How he always says he's not streaming.
I'm not streaming 5 days.
And then you see him. And then you see him in the stream.
I'm not streaming 5 days a week. Not doing it.
Okay, let's make it 6 then.
No. Once again, until we get enough patrons and enough donations, I can quit my job. I'm not streaming every day. That's just the way it is.
I feel.
So do y'all want me to talk about Bryce Young versus Anthony Richardson, or do y'all want me to talk about the mistake that Carolina makes in the second round? That's up to y'all.
We want to hear both.
You only get one.
We want to hear both.
You only get one.
We choose both.
But you only get one.
Why do we only get one?
And I suggest you pick the first day, because then maybe you get a pick with Baltimore too.
Yes.
If they don't pick in the second round.
We might not pick it all tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, they probably won't. Well, they're not going to pick tomorrow because tomorrow's Wednesday.
Well, Thursday.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm tired.
Mingo is not a mistake.
Oh, okay. Well, they haven't drafted Mingo, and I don't think that they will be drafting him there. It's not a Tupac quote, but
yeah, it really is, and I think that's the hook to the song.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's an old song.
Very old song.
Thanks.
Endo.
Is there
everybody fine? Where can everybody find you at? Where you be streaming at for the draft? Where they can subscribe to your OnlyFans? Let people know.
You can find me on the Road Pod on everything on social media. You can also find me in audio form. This week I will be streaming Thursday with Coach Evans, LBHT. I'm not doing anything on my channel. I'm just following with him.
You might find him on Wednesday night too.
Might find me on Wednesday night too. You never know. Also, Mr.
Are
J.
you doing a call-in show for Wednesday?
Fuck no.
No. Mr. J, don't think that I forgot about this. I just let it slide to the end of the show where you said that you were going to defeat me for these championships. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought you were doing the Lauryn Hill laugh for a second.
Mr. Bronny, where can people find you this week?
They can find me.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Hendo. I thought you were making a joke. I thought you were done. My bad. Continue, Hendo. I apologize.
No,
Go
you
ahead,
go.
Hendo. Go ahead, Hendo.
No. Go. Come on. Do your Patreon. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to do the Patreon. I was just going to let everybody know that the tickets are now available for the meet and greet on Friday, August the 4th. Make sure that you go to Eventbrite, check it out. You sign up, you get some swag bags, you get food, and non-alcoholic drinks are included with the deal. You get to come out and meet some of your favorite YouTubers. Suge will be there doing karaoke. So make sure that you don't miss it because it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, and to get that link, you can go to at LBHT Show on Twitter. Just click on our profile. It's the pinned tweet there. Click on that link, and all of the details are on that page, and the tickets are available as well.
And Suge will put it in the description.
I will put it in the description. And you can also, everybody here has retweeted it. Everybody that's part of the LBHT crew, everybody that's that you see hanging out, they will. Everybody's retweeted it. So make sure to. And I've been sending gifts to Mike about getting drunk. Is what I've been doing.
So if you want to have Hendo do that, like shake his head disapprovingly at you, maybe give you a lecture or two, hit up that Eventbrite link, get yourself a ticket before they're all gone.
I mean, that's gonna be a whole thing Friday with me and Hendo. He's just sit there looking just like that.
Just disappointment and shame.
Disappointment and shame. But you know what? Then we're gonna go get some food after.
After? What do you mean after? We're gonna have food there. During.
Yeah, but when I drink, I eat a lot.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be a lot of food.
Right. Different variety.
What kind of food?
I mean, I don't.
There better not be that vegan option bullshit. Okay.
There are some vegan options, but there's also meat.
And there are some regular people options.
Can you put the vegans like in a corner somewhere?
It's just going to be Hendo. Like, I don't think that's necessary.
It's only like 3 or 4 of us that are vegan. Mike's vegan. Mike's vegan.
No, he's not vegan.
He's vegan for right now. He's vegan for right now.
The event is in August.
And he's still going to be vegan.
Mike is cosplaying as a vegan right now. It ain't going to last.
He said cosplay.
Everybody goes through life a little confused, and that's all Mike is right now. He'll discover his true self very soon.
That's all right. We got where Mike at? Because we got some black bean burgers that we're going to throw on the grill. And you're going to have to just eat that or eat nothing at all.
When he gets that meat, that warm meat in his mouth,
pause.
Nothing like just mashed up beans, huh?
Exactly.
Formed into the shape of a food that you vaguely remember.
Yes.
Sounds incredible.
Burgers. Just like after we leave here, I'm about to get some turkey.
No, you're not.
Some turkey cutlets. About to make some turkey cutlets.
No, you aren't.
Smothered in gravy.
No, it's not gonna be gravy either. God damn it! Like, why don't you eat any real food? Why don't you eat any real food right now?
It is real food.
No, it isn't.
He's like, hey. He's like, he goes, I'm about to eat real gravy. No, that's just dirt with water.
Y'all are so disrespectful.
I'm sorry. Are you having white gravy instead? I don't understand.
It's brown gravy, sir.
Okay, yeah, dirt and water. That's what he said.
The discrimination. The discrimination is real.
We know how to make the food, and then we just don't eat it because it tastes like shit.
It doesn't. It tastes like
I know.
Regular food.
Ronnie, when this white gravy is just chalk and water.
I'm sorry, Endo.
And where can they find all these vegan recipes at?
Don't talk to me. You want to make fun of my kind?
You're kind.
You want to discriminate? You want to discriminate
You're
against us?
kind. When did you go through
Wait,
the chain?
hold on. Don't even go there because you discriminate. You discriminate against yourself by eating bark. Okay.
That's facts. So it's not what you were meant to eat. I know.
My favorite still is vegan.
Kenneth?
Baby mints?
Cooking with Hendo. That would be a great show.
That's right.
It'd just be Hendo in a sandbox. Cooking with Hendo.
Now I'm a kitten. Now I'm a cat. With a litter box.
I said sand. I said sand.
Hendo's hot plate.
Wow. Y'all so disrespectful.
How was that disrespectful?
Just continue, Bradley. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, the jail connotations. Gotcha.
Tell the people where they can find you, Bradley.
I did already, I thought.
All right, well, that's not. You didn't. You did not.
Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Lunch Break Hot Take. I'm not
Sorry,
Hendo,
I meant Bradley.
but
In less than 24 hours.
Lunch Break Hot Take. We do the LBHT show every Wednesday evening at 7:15 p.m. We follow that up with the overtime show for our patrons. And then you can also find me on Ring Kings podcast with my brother Jose and our friend OTR Mike. And that'll be, we try to put out episodes every Monday or so. And then we stream after big time events, those Saturday nights. You can find us everywhere at Ring Kings Pod and everywhere at LBHT Show. Also, if you check out lbhtshow.com, you can find all of our audio podcasts there. Hendo, Deep Cover Pod, Coach Evans at Sip to Tally Films, Open Mic with OTR Mike, Ring Kings, LBHT Show, everything. And, our merchandise stores there as well, lbhtshow.com/shop. And if you wanted to join up and support the channel, you can hit up patreon.com/LBHT show. I don't know what Mr. J said because I was trying to go through my thing without, and wow, I wasn't going to get him anyway. He traded Alan Lazard for him. He's never getting rid of him.
Bronny, where can you find the Jedi at?
If there's any caves, any swamps, anywhere that there are not a lot of people who not
fighting Palpatine, I can tell you that much.
not doing their goddamn job, I'll tell you that.
Are you going to be getting a new Jedi game?
Yes, sometime. Yes.
You're playing WWE 2K23 right now, right?
Yeah.
Have you built yourself as a wrestler yet?
I didn't build myself. I built a character from a story that I was writing. And listen, it's going great for him.
What's the character's name?
Hurt your feelings.
That's not.
Wow.
I just don't know why we haven't hit the Stardew Valley music if we're just gonna go all off topic right now.
Because we about to go.
Yeah, I was trying to leave. Yes.
Well, why are you asking me more questions? Then?
Oh, because I just thought about some stuff. Yes, I did see the world title. I'm excited they're gonna have a world title. I wish they would have brought back the old gold belt, but it's fine. It's gonna be so Reigns can have the streak, and then most likely Seth Rollins will get this belt. So it's like, yeah, whatever. But did y'all see the new trailer for The Flash?
No. I don't know why you got all excited thinking that either one of us would watch that.
Let me tell you something. Y'all talking crap. And there's people out there really upset about the Ezra Miller thing, I understand, and all that stuff. But people are like, this thing looks good.
I'm upset about the crappy movies they put out.
Listen, there's always a group of people ready to sell their souls to lie to you about DC films.
I
saw Michael Keaton's old ass sitting there in a Batman suit, and I don't want to see that shit in a movie theater. I'll tell you that.
Well, you are disrespectful.
He was a terrible.
And look at he says I'm hyped for the Flash movie. Michael Keaton as Batman.
There you go. I hope the check cleared, Jeremy. Nobody won't watch that shit.
I do. People were excited about it. People were very upset.
Upset about
what? Because of the Ezra Miller thing.
Oh, get over it.
I mean, he's a menace to society. I wouldn't say just get
The
over
Jonathan Majors thing is going nuts right now. That thing is, I don't know where that's going. If you haven't heard, he got dropped by both his management team and publicists. And then now there's video of the girl went to the club that night. She said she broke her finger, but she was at the club drinking. And I'm just saying, alcohol helps your injuries. But
Okay, Jeremy. Well, a couple things about that. Suge does not agree with you, and two, that is not part of that's not part of the DC universe, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah, Dark Knight is straight garbage.
Oh, listen, Jeremy, I'm not gonna act. It wasn't a good movie.
It was a fantastic movie.
It's horrible.
It's all right.
Fantastic movie.
If it doesn't have James Gunn behind it, then I'm not watching anything DC. Well, Jay, that's disrespectful.
I mean, I'll watch it if it's free.
They haven't put out anything good that James Gunn wasn't behind. So
That is true.
You said DC movie. You did say DC movie.
Yeah, we were talking in the present tense. So
Yeah, DC just doesn't make good movies, period.
Spawn, I disagree with you. I'm actually very excited for Superman.
You can't disagree with what he's excited about.
Well, I'm yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Because fuck your feelings. Okay, that's how I roll.
You going out with a bang, huh?
I told you said it earlier. I'm kaboom. Remember? No, I'm excited for Keaton. I'm excited for Supergirl, but I'm excited. Someone just leaked that the two of the big cameos or a couple of cameos that are happening are some cameos from the
Wonder Twins
TV show.
No, from the CW. Oh boy,
from the
wow.
CW. Christopher Reeves, Superman. Henry Cavill Superman.
Whoa,
I promise you, Christopher Reeve
Superman.
Superman will not be in this movie.
Yeah, they're going to
guarantee
digitally insert. They're going to digitally insert him.
Yeah.
Did you see Flash's lightning?
George Clooney.
Did you see Flash's lightning
Yes,
at the end of that?
George
And you
Clooney
think they're
like,
going to put him in there
together.
digitally? DC just ain't it, bro.
You want to see George Clooney in this?
Ooh, I don't see none of them whores in there.
Nah, I don't care because it's a
horse.
multiverse movie. Now we know what hits Suge's nerves. No, it doesn't hit my nerves.
Everything
You
hits
guys
Suge's
remind me
nerves.
of Marvin Gaye's song, "What's Going On, Brother?" The brother. First off,
First of all, Suge hasn't reached that part of his blackness yet.
I don't got no problems, brother. Okay.
Yeah, you took that racist stuff down. I see.
No, I just haven't re-uploaded.
Right, because you found out you were black. Now you don't want to play that racist stuff anymore.
I'm
Ever
not-
since you got your.
That's not. First off, that's not racist. Second off,
Ever
have
since
somebody
you
in
got it,
blackface.
you looked at you said
he's not
"God damn."
blackface. He's Mexican.
Yeah, find another picture of him.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are knuckleheads. I swear. You know what? Both of you are.
Poor, you're broke, and no one gives a shit about you. And you need to realize that.
Once again, two of those things are true, and you'll never convince me of the third.
Facts. Yeah, Suge's black card is gone.
I've never had it.
It's in the mail.
You'll get that sooner or later.
The fist.
Right. With some gusto. You act like you're ashamed, like.
Since I'm only 25%, I'm only gonna raise it 25%.
Well, he can't have Caleb see it, and then he'll never be able to argue with Caleb again.
That is true.
Oh, don't get me on that topic. Okay, I'm already irritated with that.
So
shit
listen,
today.
whoever's in here now, make sure you remix this and cut that portion out so we can show it. To Caleb.
What?
They take out the part where you did this and said you was black. Now, when you
I
say
didn't
you're
say
Mexican,
black.
now you're ashamed of us now.
I'm ashamed of you.
You're
Yes.
ashamed of us now.
You
You're ashamed to be one of
That's
us.
because he's Dominican, though.
No, Suge. Oh, Suge. You have a DNA test that said you're Dominican. So
Oh, that is true. I forgot about the 1%.
1%. 1%.
Forgot about the 1%.
Relax.
I have 0% Dominican in me. So
Yeah, well, you sure? Have we?
Where's your website? Pull it up. Share it. Oh, good lord. He gonna just pull out a piece of paper that says I am not Dominican.
facts. All right, this is going on long enough.
You were supposed to be getting your ancestry done.
Oh,
You
is that-
agreed to that on air one time.
No, once you did
We
it.
agree. You agreed to a lot of things with Hendo on there, and he goes back on his word. So.
I don't. I agreed to go. I agreed to do it when Bradley does it.
That's
And
not
Bradley
true.
said he. No, you sure? That was the
No,
agreement.
that's
And
true.
you said you weren't doing it, so I said I'm not going to do it.
No, but then after that, you agreed to do it.
No, I didn't.
I'm pretty sure you did. I'm fairly certain you did.
You're not gonna be
We're
able
just,
to
we're just gonna say you did.
They're not cloning me. One is enough.
I mean, they've already got
The
you.
last great superhero film was The Batman.
Probably
The
so.
combination of 7 vibes and visual storytelling was well done, but it didn't need to be 3 hours. Marvel makes films not worth watching in theaters.
Bro,
Why does everybody hate Marvel so much?
Marvel is the truth,
the Batman,
except for recently.
The Batman was look. I can't speak to the second hour and a half because I never made it there because that shit was boring.
First of all, Twilight Batman was horrible. And that's-
Why? I just don't understand why he was narrating 20 minutes into the movie. Like I woke up like I kind of stepped back. Not woke up, but you know what I mean. Like I was just kind of watching. Then I was like, wait a minute, this has been on for almost half an hour. Why is he still doing voiceover?
Because they thought that was cool. They need to bring back Christian Bale.
He
No,
said
they
he
did
wanted
not.
to do it.
Good.
He don't
It's
wanna do
garbage.
it.
Go stick to Terminator or something.
Christian Bale was the best Batman ever.
You are disrespectful and I can't stand you. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here because I'm
All he's
tired.
doing is giving Christian Bale some props for his
Fuck
ability.
Christian Bale, okay? How about that one?
It's a man. Respect him.
You don't remember him in
No.
the Prestige? He was great in that.
All right. Equilibrium.
I don't give a shit about any of his movies.
Yeah, Equilibrium. I'm not gonna co-sign Gun Kata here on the stream, but he's been in a lot of really good stuff.
The Fighter.
Have you watched The Fighter yet? Yeah.
No,
Fuck that.
of course you haven't. Because you don't do anything.
I haven't had time, Hendo. Okay,
Really,
I'm
but you
busy
always,
with-
but you always didn't have time for a Magic tournament. The other one, anything you want to do, you have time for. But when it comes to us,
Well,
it's,
yes.
I don't have the time.
Yes.
He's Ben
Yes.
Stiller. All I have
Mental
to
note.
do is do what
Well,
I
first-
want to do.
Well, first off, Hendo, because you don't ask me to do anything anyway. So
I'm gonna ask you to fuck off.
Wow.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
Wow.
you see how Hendo earlier today. There's a go look at his YouTube. I don't throw stones.
I don't throw
see what
stones.
he's doing there.
You threw stones.
Oh,
I
Lord.
just
What did I didn't say anything.
and that's what I told him. That's what I told him. B. I said I don't throw stones. I just collect the rubble and roll it back at you.
Roll your ass out. Anyway, for Hendo,
Jeremy, you
stone
don't
throwing.
disrespect Robert Pattinson. He just can't act. Sorry.
Hmm.
I listen. I enjoyed the Twilight movies, but just seeing him as Batman, I just only thought of Twilight.
Why'd you see the Twilight movies? That's a whole other thing we need to unpack in the next 18 minutes.
Because my family watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty interesting."
No,
Because Hendo like glittery vampires. That's why.
somebody asked me to read the Twilight books because they were really into them. I
Mhm.
got about 3 chapters in. I was like, this is the worst shit I ever read. And then I just threw it away. You don't have to do things like that. You don't have to just go along.
I didn't see the last 3 though, and I know I really haven't seen Pat. Yes, I have seen him in something else. I saw him in Batman, which was horrible.
You know what's really funny is this narrative that we're spinning here that people are always talking about Robert Pattinson. Where is that happening? Who gives a fuck about Robert Pattinson?
Apparently,
Come on, man. This is not a thing. People are not just having great debates on Robert Pattinson's acting ability. It's not a thing that's going on.
you don't know that.
Fair enough, Shug. Fair enough. If that's a thing that's happening where you are, relocate yourself. Because those are not people that you need to be around.
Oh, we're just messing with you.
But he was great that half a movie that he survived in Harry Potter.
He was in Harry Potter?
He was
Yeah.
Cedric Diggory. He was the first person that got killed.
Yeah.
Or one of the first people that got killed.
Yeah, he was in Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Oh, his acting was that bad. They had to just get him out of there quick. Gotcha.
Well, he was like this. He was so perfect. He was great at everything. Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
And then
He's getting all the girls.
Voldemort touched him up, and that was it. Voldemort couldn't kill Harry though. Harry ain't got no skills. Harry ain't got no skills. Harry can't fight.
But yeah, he got away.
Take him down.
Yeah, but he got away.
But Cedric, he mowed right through your boy.
Mm. Harry has Hermione.
They did him dirty too.
I watched the first two of those. I just can't get through the rest of them because they all seem the same.
Yeah, they're remaking the Harry Potter series as a TV show.
Is it an expansion or are they remaking?
No, they're remaking the movies as a TV show.
Oh, you know what J.K. Rowling said? She was like, "Oh, y'all want to call me a bigot and stuff? Cool. Guess what? All your stuff is non-canon now."
But because that's one of the few IP that, well, not with the few, but that's one of the IP that Warner Brothers has that they're really trying to lean on, because the other stuff they've been doing has not really been working out for them. So I guess somebody.
I guess they're using all the material from 8 books, from the books into 8 seasons. I had salsa. I thought they were just adding on to lore, like kind of how House of Dragons was doing for Game of Thrones, but
nope.
Listen, all we should be waiting for is The Boys. That to come back on. That's what we need to see.
I'm more excited for Cobra Kai.
Never saw it.
Yeah, Cobra Kai is trash.
Oh, you guys suck with you guys are into.
So you don't like The Boys? You don't like The Boys?
I'm not a big Watchmen kind of comic book person. I was never into this.
It's not like The Watchmen.
Yeah, at all.
Definitely like The Watchmen.
It's
Not at
very
all.
R-rated. It's very much R-rated.
Oh yes, it's R-rated, but other than
That's what I'm
that,
talking about.
it's not like the.
Oh, you don't like R-rated movies, Suge?
No, I do, but I just don't. I don't.
Not superhero movies like that.
Those are just not my comic books. I've never been into those.
You don't like the gory.
You don't like
not that I don't like gory. It's just
he don't like the real superheroes.
I watched some of The Boys, because I like Justin Ackles from Supernatural. It's just
I'm rewatching that right now.
Soldier Boy.
Dean.
He wasn't even in there until like the 3rd season, right?
That's what I'm saying. But that's the only reason I watched was because of him.
So you only watched
you started in season 3?
Me?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it all. I didn't care for it. But when I found out he was going to be in it, I watched it.
God damn it!
It was just too over the top.
Well, you have to let it build up. You should have watched it from the beginning.
First off, if you know me, I don't let anything build up.
Jesus Christ!
Right, it's time to go. I appreciate y'all sticking with us for this hour and 47 minutes. It's time to go. Shut it down, Suge. Shut it down.
First off, you don't tell me what to do on my show.
Shut it down.
You are Black and Latina. That's your true DNA. Yeah, I am Latina. Thank you.
Okay.
No, he's just black.
No, apparently, I'm trying to find out what a real Mexican is. Apparently,
No such thing.
I know, or what a real Latino is.
Well, real Latinos shut down shows when they're supposed to.
That doesn't sound like a Latino.
Well, guess what, Hendo? I'm not one, so we're gonna keep going.
Hey, I ain't got no problem logging off.
I know you don't, because you
Real
are
disrespectful.
selfish. Yeah, he's a very selfish person. It's about Hendo. Look at him. Look at this. God. And hey, is he part of your creator thing, Patreon?
Yes, sir.
I want one-on-one with him.
It's not one-on-one. It's one.
It's the team
and all of us. Jose, Mike, and
Can we exclude him?
Yes, if you want to exclude me, I'm perfectly fine with that.
No, I want a one-on-one with you.
No, he wants you there, but muted.
Yeah,
that's fine, and that's fine.
But you have to be on camera.
Weirdo.
That's just weird. That's what it is.
Weirdo.
Is it though?
Really, it is.
No, because every time we're doing OT, he's always off camera, and then Bronny does this thing where he does this. I can't stand that. Yeah. And he tries to do it so secretly too. He does this. He goes. And I'm like, Bronny, I can see you doing it. And then when I call him out, he gets angry.
I'm not trying to do it secretly. I'm just putting the cover on my camera.
Right.
If you guys want to see what Bronny does, make sure you come hang out at OT. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
One-on-one.
Right. Right.
I do like Invincible.
It's
But
the same
Invincible
shit.
is that kind of thing.
It's the
though.
same thing.
Yeah, but that's cartoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what this is gonna boil down
Camera?
to. That he just doesn't.
Ronnie, if you don't
like
put your
divorce.
Ronnie, if you don't put your camera back on,
My camera is on, Shug.
I will stay another 10 minutes. You better take that cover off.
First of all, his camera is
I
on.
can't even reach it.
I hate Bronny.
You don't understand what kind of struggle it is to try and throw the rubber triangle onto the or the triangular camera and get it to stick. I can't take it down again.
So many excuses.
Right.
Call you Ryan Garcia. We're gonna call you Ryan Garcia from now on. Wow, both of you. Hey,
I'm not gonna let him be the only one.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Nice.
Long enough. All right, well, we're out of here anyway right now. So,
God
y'all
damn.
have a good night.
Image, your beats are so fire.
Wait. I forgot something. Have a good night. Ronnie, were you going to say something?
No, I
You got something to say?
was not going to say anything. God damn it.
Are you sure you weren't going to say something? You can say it now.
I'm very sure.
Ronnie, why were you going to say something? Y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.